Hello, comrades. Thank you for joining us for Ice Fleet Part 2. Things sure have gotten interesting. Listen in as we hear how the story develops even further for Grigor, the meteorologist, Pavel, the guide, Igor, the guide, Oleg, the meteorologist and Pavel's younger brother, Oni, the field medic, and Ludmilla, the guide. Let us hear more about the mysteries they unlock and treasures that they find. It is cold. It is desolate. It is filled with weird creatures, frozen dead bodies, and plenty of gold. Who will be the first to break as willpower is weakened and strength is drained as the party continues to explore the Ice Fleet?
All right, welcome back to Ice Fleet, where we're, our brand of Russian surveyors have looked at the Saint Anna that was trapped in ice. They're trying to solve the mystery of what was going on inside of it. And wow, there was bodies everywhere inside the ship, bodies everywhere. And not only were there bodies everywhere, but there was a beast feasting on said bodies. And they fought the beast. They ran into it. Our friend Igor said, "Oh, hell no." He ran right out of there, out onto the ice to where the dead dog sleds were. And, everybody else stayed and fought. And with tenacity and veracity, they were able to kill this monstrosity, which, looking at it, is possibly a polar bear, but is the most vicious looking huge polar bear they've ever seen, with teeth and claws that are just outside of the norm of what they know of a polar bear. This is something more out of a scary folktale that maybe their nanas have told them as children. But that is where we rejoin our Ice Fleet crew on the Saint Anna after they had just killed the beast in the room. I believe it was the ballroom, maybe? It was in the dining hall, right? Because it was one of the tables was moving.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a dining hall. It wasn't a table. It was a bear or a monster or something. So, yeah.
There were bodies, luggage, and lounge chairs.
I think that describes just about all the rooms. So, yes, you're all coming down from the adrenaline rush of this monster attacking you. And Igor has run off and is nowhere to be seen. I believe Ludmilla was the one. Ludmilla had the final kill, right? Was the killing shot?
Yes, she did.
So you get a high five from the game master.
Awesome.
That's so much better than any experience points.
Hey,
right?
That's a life experience.
Ludmilla feels so good about herself. She feels so good.
Can we inspect this thing further to see if it's old man Cernovich underneath the mask or something, or is this really some sort of creature?
By all means, you Pavel, you do what you do to it. I mean, I don't, you tell me what you want to do to the brother.
Brother, we have medic here. Oni should look at bear and see if it's bear or bear creature bear.
Perhaps
do your job.
Medic should patch up Pavel and Grigor first, and then look at Bear.
Priorities, I guess.
No, I'm looking at the bear first. Check out, make sure bear really did.
I mean, so you the bear, like I believe last week you all also unloaded maybe a couple rounds into it after the fact. Yeah. But yeah, this thing is not moving any longer. I mean, it is a foul creature. There's no doubt about that. It's not a disguise. It's not a anything else. There's no mask. There's not an old man, whoever Pavel said, which I think you're thinking of Andrew's character from the other game with all that, unmasking and whatnot. But yes, it is a foul creature that you've you've never seen the likes before, even in any type of, roadside attraction or zoo that you may have gone to in your youth or, in your days before when polar bears might have been, paraded through the streets. This is nothing you've ever seen before.
Oni, Grigor, can your scientist fellows, they pay us for this creature?
I do meteorology. I just write down the numbers from the machines. I don't think we have enough sample preservation fluid to take this whole bear.
I don't think it's a bear.
Brother, he has same job as me.
Mhm.
Why he's science person and I am not?
I know you know nobody.
Because I know
You have
that
no
this may
contacts.
be Krampus, that's why. Why don't we skin this mother and
Yes. I cut it open and say, I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
So yeah, you cut it open.
I mean, does anyone else have the feeling like one of us should wear this?
I don't have that feeling.
I do not have that feeling.
But Pavel, you do have that feeling. It's good to go.
Wait, where's Igor? Igor probably has that feeling. I don't see him. Where'd he go?
Oh no!
I lost
Igor,
him in all
Igor.
the action. Wait a minute.
Igor probably does want to wear it right about now.
Brother, put the animal skin on and go find him.
Where did he go?
And we kind of splash cut back to where Igor left off, and he's running for his life, convinced that that was a what was it? A Yeti, right? I believe we assumed it was a Yeti. Krampus. That's right. It was
Maybe
a Krampus.
Maybe
He actually never saw it, and he's running and running, and he's exhausted. The fools, those fools, they are dead. And he reaches down for his pipe, and he takes a long draw off of it. As he does so, he lets go of his flashlight. It cracks against the cold ice out there, and the lights fade dim. He goes, I'm all alone. Where's those damn dogs? And he kind of looks around and just starts trying to walk in a random direction because all he can see is ice and maybe some cracked ships. I don't know.
Is that the best thing a guide would do when he's lost?
I
mean, at this point,
you did not go up any of the staircases. You actually clawed your way out of the ice in one of the rooms. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody was in the room when I did it.
I don't think anyone saw you.
No, I think you ran out of this room and then clawed your way out of another room.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were on top of the ice. Actually, you notice, the northern lights are very, very pronounced right now, and they're actually almost originating like right over the ships. So you see the northern lights, the greenish hue, that eerie, cool, lights, and it's almost like focusing, like you right below where they're starting. You see the masts, you see the St. Anna, whatever, the boats, you see, and, it brings out the lights, it brings out, it shines things. You see where your dog sleds were, and you see, like the splatter of blood from where the dogs were.
Oh, that actually happened? Because we only ever saw them enveloped in darkness. I'm saying out of game. So
no, this is what you're seeing now. Now that you turn around to take a look, you see these northern lights, almost like right above, where you're at, or at least where the ships are at. You're still, you've run maybe a kilometer or two outside of it.
Yeah. So he assumes he's on his own now, and the rest are surely dead.
Surely.
And he's going to try to start maybe either trying to figure out how to make his way back, or just not quite there. No, he can't quite make his decision, because at this point, what he smoked out of the pipe is setting in, and he's no longer afraid and in a deep calm. But
are you the one at the opium?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Nice.
So he had the opium pipe, and he's feeling quite the opposite of the fear that he received when that stared into the darkness.
It's almost as if the lights are a calming influence. You just want to kind of watch them, you know? Yeah, you could, your way back. You could head back, but you're not going to get this show back at the camp. You're just going to get, grouchy comrades that are going to give you a hard time about coming back by yourself with nothing, complain about dead dogs. Why go back to that? Why not just sit here and watch the show? Watch these beautiful. You don't get this back in your hometown. Not like this. This is vibrant. This is vivid. This is beautiful.
He sits down. He goes, Grigor and Oleg, they know what to see in the stars, and when they look to them, apparently it tells them where to go. Maybe if I stare a bit longer, I'll figure out where to go. And he kind of just almost passes out, and
we cut away from Igor looking like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining.
Yeah, starting to freeze.
And we go back to the rest of the crew.
We need to go find Igor.
I agree. No man left behind. Or woman.
Well, we lost 2 dog sleds teams. If we lose a human, it's gulag for sure.
We don't know about the dog sled teams. We just assumed because we didn't hear the barking, right?
You guys have not seen
smear on the snow.
Yeah.
I think maybe you guys did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can't lose Igor.
Agreed.
And we've killed the thing that obviously killed all these things, these people on these ships, except for the ones who were shot. But maybe Krampus could use a gun.
We don't know if there's more. We killed one.
That is true. There could be many more than one.
They probably would have come out by now.
All of a sudden,
the voice of positivity.
brother
is the optimist now.
Well, I'm wearing as someone wearing the creature skin. I feel like we'll be okay.
Yeah, at this point, you look over at Pavel, and he has attempted to butcher and skin this thing, and it was a quick job, and he's basically he's covered himself in a pelt, and there's blood coming down his face, on his body. He's looking a mite wreck. He doesn't look sane, as it were.
I mean, I did lose a bunch of willpower, and I'm down to only 1 hit point. So.
Oh, you're in the world I live in.
Yeah, except I started off at 6 only.
We're on equal ground.
Never.
I walk over to Pavel, and I give him a piece of meat out of my Spam tin, and I say, here, just eat a little bit of food, have a little drink, settle yourself. You look like shit, big brother.
I appreciate it, brother. And here for you, I take the creature's heart and I take a slice off of it and hand it to Oleg.
I take it and I just go, thanks, brother.
It is good. I take a slice and eat part of its heart.
I'll save for later, and I put it in my pocket.
Really leaning into that madness. I like it.
Out by sled. Full
in the
kitchen
strength
down
of the
below.
monster. Let's go find Igor. Where did he go? Who saw him last?
Haven't seen him since the monster.
All right, well, let's go through a random door out of this room and hope that it's the way Igor went.
Sounds good.
Monster probably ate him.
We killed the monster.
Where'd that voice come from?
I wonder if monster ate Igor. Let me cut open. I want to cut open the remains of this thing's stomach to see if there's any pieces of Igor inside.
All right. Well, so while Pavel takes a few minutes doing that, what's everybody else? What's everybody else doing?
I just for a second, because like Oleg's a little thrown by this. Like Oleg goes over to Ludmilla and just whispers and says, "Listen, I know you don't like me very much, but is my brother's acting kind of weird, right? It's not just me."
He is acting a little off the edge, I would say. Yes, definitely.
Thank you. Okay,
we can agree on this.
I know you'd be honest.
Just one thing.
That's one thing I can guarantee you'd be honest with me.
Just one thing, nothing else.
No, just the one.
I do not see any of Igor here. We must find him. He's not in Monster.
Well, let's not
Pavel's
party.
Pavel's
right. I suggest we stay together.
You all just sit around for 10 minutes while Pavel's cutting open this beast.
I look for.
The alternative is to leave without him, and then what's going to happen?
Who knows?
I look for. I just look for any signs of like. Is there any kind of signs of like a direction that any way I could tell that there was a rushed direction that Igor ran out of?
Well, I mean, you can assume that, like, he went behind you, like you're facing one way. You assume he ran the other way because the bear was in front of you the one way.
Okay.
So you assume he didn't run past the bear because it was the bear that that gave him the scare. Yeah. So that's what your assumption is.
Okay. Yeah.
And
so I just share that. I said maybe we go in opposite direction of where bear came from, and that's direction that Igor go.
Was the bear in front of the stairs?
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, it was.
Right. So Igor's probably still on boat. Let's check rooms and call. So
you move back. You move back to through the galley hallway, and there's nothing. But eventually, you get yourself to the shooting gallery, and it's there that you see like the broken ice, where it looks like someone or something is clawed out of the ice and back to the surface. And Pavel, you do find pieces of chewed up remains, but they don't look too fresh to you, so they're probably not Igor. They're probably this ice buffet that has been left in this boat for the last 10 years.
All right, we know Igor's not here. Let's go look for him.
Right, so did he go through that hole like with clawing and screaming while we were fighting? Let's check out a top side. Look for footprints, and then we can rule that out and continue down below.
All right, so you guys make your way back to the surface, and it's dark out now, but you also notice this beautiful display of the northern lights, the aurora borealis, shining basically right above the boats. It's quite a sight.
This is a good sign.
Grigor's rummaging. I'm sorry, not Grigor. Igor is rummaging about the remains of the dogs in the pack sleds to see what he can find that might be usable to trek his journey back. And he's crying over the dogs. Oh, look for it's all kiddo. Oh, he's too young. And he's sitting in. If there's any remnants of that dark shroud that was there, he's like just sitting inside that remnant.
What's everybody else up to?
Looking for footprints in the snow. The northern lights are a good omen, but we have to look for our lost man.
All right, why don't somebody give me a will check?
I got an 8. and my will is 11, so I'm under.
So yeah, Pavel, you hear the mutterings. You hear mutterings coming from where the dogs were, and you see a set of footsteps going back, and you know that it's only been you guys, so there should only be coming from away from the footsteps, but you see some going back towards out into the wilds, and you hear movement and shuffling over by where the half kilometer or whatever you left the dogs at, right outside the boat.
Igor, is that you? I yell out.
Igor looks up, still terrified of the darkness that he was beset upon him, and completely inebriated from his opium pipe. Ghosts. They're ghosts now. Stay back, you fair. Please. No, you'll not get me. And he's clutching this pistol that he ripped off the frozen man's body and loading a few rounds into it. You'll not take me back to that ship. No. But
Igor, you sound as if you've gone crazy. There's no need to worry, Igor. There's nothing to be scared of. And I come walking at him.
In the Yeti skin.
That's a great idea. What could possibly go wrong? So yeah, Igor, this
there's no ghosts.
This bloody man, with the hide of with polar bear fur and just blood everywhere, it's coming at you, saying, "It's all fine. It's all fine."
You'll not take me back. And he's fumbling at his pistol, and he fires a round off.
We're not bringing you back.
All right. Why don't Pavel make a dexterity save? Well, I assume you're going to dodge out of the way, right?
No, because I rolled a nat 20, which I can't imagine is very good.
All right. Yeah. So roll a d6 of damage for Pavel, Igor.
Oh, now he starts rolling high? He takes a shot and he hits for 5.
If I understand this correctly, I am now losing 4 points of my strength.
Absolutely. And also make me, now with your newfound strength roll or your new strength score, make me a strength saving throw.
I passed. I rolled a 9 on an 11.
You're in luck. You're not. It's not critical, but you are severely injured. You've just taken a bullet. Now now your blood is mixing with the bear's blood, and it's just a wild-eyed Igor is firing off rounds.
Igor, it is Pavel. Put down your weapon.
So at this point, I guess Igor realizes he hasn't hit what apparently is a beast that would start roaring, and truthfully, what appears to be a man.
Yeah, you're at this point. You're thinking to yourself, that bear wasn't talking before, but now it is. That's
So, in his addled state, he, Pavel, is that you? Truthfully,
yes. You look as if you lost your mind. There's nothing to be afraid of. We killed the monster. It's all good. Except for the bullet wound in my side. Where's that damn doctor?
Igor leans over and
where are you?
Into the snow. Oh no, I've made. Don't tell the others that I shot you. And he runs and tries to help Pavel limp his way back.
I think those of us topside would have heard a shot.
Oh, absolutely. This is you're well aware of what happened here.
So I hear the shot, and I go running.
Igor doesn't realize that you guys saw him, so he still thinks, "Oh God."
So yeah, you hear the shot. You hear the Pavel let out a scream and all that. Now you hear the back and forth communication between them.
I say, brother, and I run after in the direction of the shot and to check on Pavel.
I also run towards the shot, and I'm yelling that we must not turn on each other like the Tsarist pigs who mutinied on this ship. Which is what it looks like since the crew were murdered. Just explaining what Mike.
Oh, absolutely.
At that.
Lumila is also running, and she tries to tug Oni along. Like, medic, need to do your job. You're muted.
Indeed, I was muted. It is a state of shock that I was in. I thought I was speaking, but it was only in my head. But, yes, we move. So I'm following.
As they approach, Igor drops to his knees and sobbing, and he goes, "But I thought he was a monster. He's wearing the skin of the man or the beast that I cannot look at." And he can't even make eye contact with Pavel. I'm sorry, Pavel. I failed you.
No, Igor, it's fine. We killed the monster. Look. Proud day for Mother Russia.
I see that. You're all much stronger than I.
We solved the mystery.
Don't tell commanding officer. I ran. I can't take a third stint in the gulag.
Igor, maybe Oni can give you some medicine to help your sadness that is not more opium, maybe, perhaps.
Well, that's okay. I have
that.
this.
I give him my bottle.
I give him a drink from my glass.
I'm pretty sure opium's like the best medicine for this.
All right. So Igor just takes it all. Okay, this, that. Takes the slug of whiskey.
He's sleeping on the sled. Let's talk about what we do. We have two injured men. We have two crazy men.
They
just so happen to be the same people.
Yeah.
There's only like three men.
Continue this expedition, or is this just folly at this point?
We can't give up now. We killed the monster, and now we need to go investigate the thing and get the
weirdness.
Yeah.
The weirdness was the monster.
Obviously, Igor has a great shot. We just got to get him to shoot it at the enemy.
Okay. This is what I see happen on this boat. And maybe all the craziness stops after this reasonable scientific explanation. The soldiers on the shooting deck were shooting at this giant bear who somehow overcame all the bullets and ate them. The sailors were all murdered in some kind of mutiny because, weirdness happens. It's in the captain's log. It's in the bursar's report that they dumped all the food and they picked up some gold and they hid out here, and none of that is normal. And I think crew mutinied and were killed. Part 3, they dumped all the food and the passengers started eating each other, and that's the weirdness in the kitchen. And so it's not creepy at all on board.
You
it's
see?
just what
Mystery
normally would
Reasonable
happen.
explanations for everything. Yes.
So let's go find out what that explosion was. That now I got to look up his name.
In the ice. Yeah.
Klimov.
Yeah.
For those of you at
You
home,
know, if we don't come back
Klimov
with
was
something-
the expedition leader who sent them on
Klimov
this
would throw us
mission.
under the bus if we don't have successful mission here. All right. Is after opium and a bottle of vodka, is Igor normal, or is he asleep?
Igor kind of sits
can we
up.
count on Igor to come with us?
Need me to shoot the beast? And you see him, he's just kind of fumbling at his the revolver and sticking a few rounds in it. Okay, just
couple bullets fall in the ice.
Yeah, point it. Yeah, he's got it. He's got rounds in chambers 2 and 4, and none of the rest. But he doesn't know that.
I don't think anybody knows that.
Nope.
Maybe.
And one in Pavel, but
Nice.
That was chamber 3.
Right.
Maybe you put that gun away for now. Who's got the best dexterity?
And he kind of tucks it into his waistband. Safety's off, obviously. Okay.
All right. Let's get out of this wind and back on the boat and try not to be creeped out.
well, I mean, what else could there possibly be in this boat?
What else could there be? The bear is dead. I mean, if
this is the epilogue, where
maybe there's 2 bears, but now that we have our bear, we can send our bear to attack their bear.
All right, so it sounds like you all are going back onto the boat. Correct?
Does Odie have his medical bag? Can he fix us in any way? Not that I need it with the bear skin, but
No, I already asked, and the bear was a priority.
They all took care of Igor. They did not seem concerned about you, Pavel.
fair enough. All right, back to the boat.
Even now, after mentioning it, they're still like radio silence.
I still have bone saw. I have bone saw. If bone saw help, I use bone saw. Other than that, there's some.
Not yet. Hold on to it.
Better.
We might do it later.
Feel better.
Oni, you have bandage for brother's gaping wound inside.
They're cloths. I'd be hard pushed to call these bandages, but cloths. I use them. I stuff them in their sides.
Okay, can you maybe, I don't know, apply them to my brother so he does not bleed out and die?
Yeah,
Perhaps?
I pour some alcohol. I pour some of the stuff from my flask on one of the cloths and push it up against his side.
Why don't you give me? Why don't only you give me a willpower roll to see if your knowledge of, that it sounds like the really awful training you received, where they're like, bandages saw. If bandages don't work, you use saw. I mean, it sounds like a really, really poor training. But yeah.
So my will is 7. I did roll a 4, so that is a pass.
So there, something clicked. Something made you say, "Yeah, that's good." So then, why don't you all then roll me a D4, and we could give Pavel back a D4 of HP on that.
2.
There you go, Pavel. He it burns at first. It stings like a son of a bitch because I mean, not so much as like you just got shot, but this is like getting shot a second time. But after a while, the bleeding has stopped, and it seems to be okay for now. You really think that you should see actual professional help, but you think you'll be okay for the evening, at the very least.
Grigor, having seen this performance, really thinks he needs to see professional, and doesn't mention his shoulder after this.
Oleg, thank you for looking out for me. I feel twice as strong as you now.
I am glad that I could help you, brother, as always. And I pat you on the shoulder, like trying not to touch bloody,
bear skin,
gross, polar bear fur.
All right, so
back to the boat.
Back to the boat it is. If I recall, you guys stopped on. You were on the main deck. And that's kind of you heard some. You kept hearing the alarm bell almost, right?
Is that from above or below?
It's from below.
That was on the bridge.
It's coming from the lower deck. You went to the you looked down at the steps, the 4 steps. The 4 is to the front of the boat. And looking down, I think you heard the noise coming down there, and that's basically where you've stopped the exploration, and then you heard the bear crash through the window, and you check that out. So you have yet to go to the lower deck, and I don't. Yeah, and you didn't look at any of the crew quarters either, but there was a bunch of hallways that lead to what you assume are quarters. I'm sorry, all right. So that's where we're at.
We did see one crew quarters with executed sailors.
You sure did. Because you tried to hide out in there, I believe. But yes, you're right.
My scientific explanation with the cannibalism and the mutiny does not cover why the ship's bell is ringing now. We're back to creepy. Are we going to check out the crew quarters, or I can say that in game.
Yeah,
shall we
I think
check
that's a
out
good
crew
idea.
Quarters, or
yes.
Go down and see who's ringing bell, which seems.
I think crew quarters. I think crew quarters would be appropriate first in case we find any additional extra protection or weapons that we could then carry downstairs to the noise. Oh, Ludmilla, you agree with me twice now.
I was just nodding in the air. Nope. Mm-mm. Someone said that idea. I didn't realize it was you speaking.
Wow.
It's late. She's getting sleepy and nodding off. It's not that she agrees with you.
There you go. Thank you, Grigor. You understand. Yes.
You too, Grigor. Grigor, I thought we were fine. We share a drink at one point.
We can make coffee before we continue.
There we go. Great idea.
All right. You enter the crew quarters, and whoever goes first, as they open it into this room with 3-story bunk beds, you see some rats scurrying into the walls.
Grigor jumps. And he almost fires. Actually, he pulls the trigger.
Roll me a D6.
Clicks.
You tell me where you're at. You roll me the D6. Tell me if it shoots. Right?
So
you said Chambers. What? 2 and 4? Yeah. 2 and 4. There you go. Roll it.
5.
All right. So it just clicks. Are there bodies around?
Russia, do you spin the cylinder after each round?
Maybe. I don't know. Igor, roll me a D20.
No, he Oh, D20. Thank you.
Yeah, roll me a D20.
I'm don't even know my own name. I'm like, who's he talking to?
Chad.
13 on the die.
Oh man, the bodies in this room, they have charred stumps on their hand where their hands used to be, and their hair has been burnt off.
Oh, what kind of devilish this is this? You said you killed the beast. This is obviously evidence of different sign of beast. We got to get off this ship.
Probably witches. It seems like cults.
We have ice bridge to find steel.
Brother, your track record of being right with your assumptions has not been very high as of the last few hours.
I think this just shows that humans are real monsters here. Krampus is afraid of fire, so Krampus did not do this.
Correct.
So we'll all agree is witches.
Grigor seeks truth. Not Krampus witches.
Krampus did not do this because Krampus is not real.
No, because of witches.
I turn and
Krampus is dead. I'm wearing Krampus.
That's not Krampus, that's polar bear.
The anti-polar bear Krampus. We don't know.
No, we do know. I look right at it. Polar bear.
Inhabited by Krampus spirit. Next room. Is there vodka here somewhere?
I hand my bottle over.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
All right. The next.
I'll go get it. I'm going to go and get another bottle because we've been hitting this pretty hard.
You hear the scurrying of the rats in the walls. It's another, with bunk beds. You notice that down the hallway, which would lead to maybe like a boiler room, maybe, or it's totally covered in ice. There's an a big wall of ice, and that's toward the aft of the ship. That does not seem to be, able to go through, although you do notice a tiny crawl space. But in this next room, Pavel, why don't you roll me a d20? That's you, Sean. I didn't hear you because you're on mute.
15.
15. Yeah, so this one, you see two bodies. One of them seems to be chewing on the other one's bodies, and they're both have been shot. So one looks like I was eating the other while they've both been shot. Both these bodies. And that's how these bodies are dead. And yeah, you hear the scurrying of the rats.
Nice zombies. Go slower than regular zombies. We're able to get shot.
Certainly controlled by the witches. We're all agree.
Most likely. It is very obvious.
I don't even know why I'm game mastering. You've got all the answers.
It's going to be quite the hell of a report for our supervisor to write up. Krampus, ice zombie, witches, burnt hands.
Don't forget the Yeti. Don't forget the Yeti.
He's going to think, why did I send all these insane fucking people out onto boat that don't know anything of what they're talking about? You have lost your mind, brother. I don't know what is wrong with you. You keep making up these creatures from our fairy tale books as we were kids.
It's a good thing that we are under the northern lights, the good sign. The gods are looking down on us.
While I'm out at the sled getting another bottle, 2 bottles, I will be look up at the northern lights and think, boy, those sure are pretty. And I don't know how long I stand there looking.
Where did Grigor go? We're all by ourselves again.
Aurora Borealis.
We stayed together.
Located near a location at this time of year.
Anyone have any steamed hams?
Yeah, we're going steamed hams right now. All right, you check out some more crew quarters, and besides the scurrying of rats and the multitude of dead bodies in various kills. Let me roll to see if you find anything interesting. Nothing interesting. Just masks of horror on their face. The usual. A lot of dead bodies. Eventually, Grigor comes back. He's clinking some bottles that he brought along. And yeah, there doesn't seem to be any more to explore on this main deck, except for this crawl space to the boiler casing, maybe. Or you can head down to the lower deck.
If I had come back by now, does the radium-filled, miracle of radium, filled Fabergé egg, does that would that help melt open the widen the crawl space?
Well, it's a very slow process. You see it melting, but you think to yourself, man, maybe there's something in this egg that's even warmer, and it's the egg shell that would prevent the real heat from getting out. So it's very possible. Like it's a slow process. You think you would be here all day to just kind of really melt it to get more than just a small crawl space. But
I look back at the missing hands of the dead sailors, and I think better of that idea. I don't know when they decided that radium was bad, but there was a time when it was a miracle cure for everything.
I'm sure it's probably
I'm sure that this thing is a wonderful egg filled with radium, but I'm not going to open it up.
warmth and radium. So yeah, do you want to go through the crawl space? Do you want to go further down to where the bell is ringing at the bottom of the 4 staircase?
Well, Bell is being swarmed by rats, so who wants to check out the boiler room and who wants to go down and see rats everywhere? Nobody? Let's go to the rats.
Rats.
There we go.
I'm sure they'll stay away from me in this.
I'm sorry, where's the rats? Where do you think the rats are?
I think the rats are swarming all over the ship's bell and making it sound like somebody's ringing it.
So you guys are going down
I
to
am
the
rationalizing.
Lower deck.
My flight of fancy
rats.
includes Krampus, but everything else has rational explanation.
Sounds like a king rat. I've seen king rats. They're the size of wolves.
Or OUSs? I don't believe in them.
I just eat some Spam and take a swig of vodka and just kind of shake my head.
All right, so you head down the 4 staircase, and as you get, you hit one landing, and then you hit the next. You notice that there is, the staircase ends in thick black sludge. It's covering the deck, the lower deck. And it just seems like the way the angle is, it just gets deeper, like, as if the front of the boat is up this way. So like going into the ship would get you deeper into this sludge, you would think. And it is very dark here, so without your flashlights, you cannot see anything because you know that at this point you are probably under the ice and under the water. You get down, and the sludge itself seems to be about knee deep.
Okay, back to boiler room.
Yeah, no sludge.
No sludge for me tonight. Also, I think we all have, except for Igor, have flashlights. So we could look around in the dark, but why should we?
You already found gold. We found gold.
Which side of the boat was the explosion on that we're looking for? And how far down did it look?
Well, you think it is in the aft of the back of the boat, so that you would probably have to go through
the sludge.
The sludge, yeah.
Why don't somebody go back to? There's got to be like fire axes on board and like behind glass.
There's bone saw.
Bone saw, good. What if
Oni's answered everything?
Hole?
I have a hammer. If that would be helpful.
Cut a hole in the deck aft and just skip the sludge altogether. I'm not really feeling it.
I mean, watch cutting holes in my ship, but yes, we do.
What?
We do that. What?
What was that?
I said, watch cutting holes in the ship.
Oh. I misheard you, comrade.
All right, well let's do it.
So you guys are back on the main deck? Is that what I heard? And what are you up to? What is the plan here?
We want to explore aft, and when we think we're near the explosion, we'll cut a hole in the deck down below.
Gotcha. Okay. It's going to take some time and some strength checks.
All right. Umila will help Oni with the bone saw, I guess. Is that what we're using? Or did we find a
Crack in with axe. Crack in with axe, and then we use bone saw, widen the gap, make it so less splinter.
Yeah, there's got to be a fire axe aboard somewhere, so I'll pick one up. And
So wait. Just to be clear, we are cutting hole in boat that is underwater?
Under ice.
We assume it's
We're not.
ice
It's not
deep
that
enough.
we're not cutting through the hull. We're cutting through the deck.
Thank you.
Yes, he wants to cut from the main deck into the lower deck, is what my understanding is.
The deck that we haven't been down to yet?
Right.
Correct.
Because of the
The
sludge.
one that is covered in sludge, because
No
Igor is
sludge.
afraid of sludge.
Got it.
I'm not afraid of the sludge, but I don't want to get the Krampus's fur dirty with sludge. Because we might be able to sell this at some point.
So yeah, why don't you guys make me the 2 strength throws and see what,
I got a 7, which is below 11.
I got a 4, which is also below 11.
There you go. You managed to bust through. I mean, it takes I'd say a good hour to like really get a hole that you can actually get a person through.
Mm-hmm.
And between the beams of the ship, holding it together, you do notice that you are probably above a main cargo hold, which you'll notice at the bottom of you see the sludge all the way at the bottom, but there are boxes and all like piled up. This is the hold. This is where they're holding all the stuff. You could and you see you look towards the fore of the ship and you're like, okay, well that's probably where the staircase was. But if you look towards the aft of the ship, you think you could move over the boxes and make it through some rooms towards the back, towards where the explosion is, or what you're looking for.
I shall lower myself down onto the boxes.
And how will you do that, Grigor? How will you do that?
Sling my rifle over my shoulder, tuck my vodka in my pocket, and I will just... It's not directly below me. I have to swing
How far
for it,
down?
or is it directly below me?
I mean, it's a pretty. You could make a dexterity save to see if you want to land on a box.
Is it... I assume the deck, the overhead was not too far off the deck. But if it's far down, we can go back to the sledge and get some rope.
It's pretty far down, but you
Then
think you
I
can
shall
make it.
go. I do not think I can make it.
You ruined the fun.
Well,
fun
we got a
ruiner.
month. We got a month to go here. It's if this is like the last metagaming here. If this is our last session, then sure, I'll try it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You never know when the last session is going to be.
We never know.
There's so much
It
story
could be-
here.
This could be the last session for me.
It could
All right,
be, depending on this roll. Come on, it's
I
a one shot.
shall-
Let's do it.
I'll lower myself down and try to land on a box.
All right, make a dex.
Oh, I got a 1. Hey, that
Hey, all right, yeah.
critical
you
success.
managed to land. Like you see one of the higher sets of boxes, and you're like, yeah, that's the one. You jump to it, and you tuck and roll. You get there. It's no big deal.
And there's no Dianoga trash compactor monster in the sludge.
No, not from on top of the boxes. No,
That's not tiger.
you never know what's in the sludge.
Now, in this cargo hold, we assumed the explosion connecting the ships may have ruptured the hull. Is there any evidence, now that I'm down here with my flashlight, of that?
In this room, no. But you do hear, coming from the aft, you do hear the ringing of that bell is louder. And you seem to recall that it was the aft of the ship where the explosion probably was. So, there's another set of doors going to these back rooms.
All right, I will yell up to the my comrades to bring some rope and come down and help me, and I will go and investigate the door, doing the classic D&D.
Split the party?
Yeah. Yes. Number one, and number two, peeking through the door to see if I can see what's on the other side before barging in.
You're on top of all these boxes.
You want another dexterity check to get there?
No, you're good. But, so you get to the other side, and what you see is like a long hallway, a wide, long hallway. It leads to two massive steam boilers. There's just mounds and mounds of coal. And the central pathway is wide enough to push a loaded cart through. You see a ladder coming from upstairs, and at this point, you hear the bell clearly from this room, and you see where the hole has been ripped open. There's almost like a funnel, from going from this boat to out to the rest of the boat, the end of the other explosion.
I yell back to the comrades, forget the rope, crawl through the crawl space and come down the ladder. And then, I guess I'm waiting. Is the boiler room filled with sludge too?
It is, yeah.
No getting around the sludge. I guess there's probably not boxes here. There's piles of coal, though. I'll jump to the coal pile bunker to the side with the funnel explosion.
All right, why don't you give me a dexterity roll?
That's a 12. Let me see what my dexterity is. This character sheet is 15. So that's a success.
All right, you jump onto the pile of coal. You open the door, push sludge away. You jump onto the coal. You land, and the coal drops. You feel yourself just inches from this sludge that you have never seen before in your life, but you make it. You don't touch it, and we'll leave you there. Everybody else, Grigor has called up to you and said, "Go through the crawl space. Forget the ropes." What do you guys do?
It kind of sounds like he might be possessed by those three witches that are there. Anybody else think maybe he's too eager to get us down there?
I follow through. I go. I just shake my head at Igor and just follow through.
He kind of nods at Pavel.
What do you mean by follow through? What does that mean?
As in, I go through the crawl space. I go as directed.
Your funeral.
Oleg, roll me a D4.
Ooh, these are the fun ones that don't know what they mean until afterwards. All right, let me find
That's the fun part, yeah.
God,
there are 1d4 witches.
Where are my pyramids?
1d4 witches.
Yeah. All right. A 1. Oh
man, as you enter this crawl space, you're just crawling through. It's imagine the freezer at your grocery store, but worse, 10 times worse. It's freezing cold. You take one dexterity point of damage as just the cold seeps into your bones.
Okay.
That's against your dexterity because you feel your finger as you're touching, you're crawling through the space. Your fingers, your toes it's seeping right through your small gloves, your boots. So cold. 1 point of damage on your dex. What's everybody else doing?
Ludmila is following Oleg.
Well, Ludmila, you make me a D4 as well. Same story. I won't explain it all over again.
Got a 1.
There you go. Take it.
This is what I get for following Oleg.
That's what you get.
I think you just made up one just so you could say that. That's what I think. That's what I think. It was all set up.
How about Oni? How about Igor? How about Pavel? What are you guys all up to? You could go through the crawl space. You can try to jump down. I mean, Grigor totally made the jump. Igor?
Igor's gonna go last.
Okay.
Whatever their actions are, and he'll describe what he does now, which is like if they go down, he's gonna be like walking backwards, just very paranoid.
As long as the gun is pointed.
The revolver just loosely clutched in his hands, still shaking.
Pavel, where are you going?
I yell down to Oleg Ludmilla, is it safe down there?
I say it's really it's cold, but otherwise fine.
Cold, eh?
You do
almost as if you need Krampus fur, eh? I jump down wrapped in my Krampus fur.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and you don't even have to make a roll. Your Krampus first keeps you warm enough, and you crawl through.
Nice.
Who's insane now?
In an insane world, right?
Insanity has some perks here.
Oni, what's Oni up to?
Oni's gonna take a swig from his flask and go through the crawl space.
All right, roll me a D4, Oni.
I should also give him cold resistance.
Right?
A D4?
Well, actually, alcohol makes you're more sort of susceptible.
Right.
Vodka makes everything better. I don't know.
Don't listeners at home, don't drink alcohol and think you'll stay warm. It's not true. All right, what does Oni roll?
2.
2? 2, you take 2 dexterity damages.
Ooh.
And Igor, I guess you're following suit. Everybody else has gone down the hole, so
yeah, he's like tiptoeing down backwards nervously.
I can't tell if numbness is from cold or from flask.
Roll it, Igor.
D20?
D4.
Oh, D4. I don't have a D4 out. Pause. Here's one.
I could roll it.
That's a 2.
There you go. You take 2 dexterity damages. You're all like you're shivering in this boiler room. It's a tiny, it's a small area. There's a ladder that leads up from a frozen hatch. It and down. It goes up and down. It goes up to the tear in the ship that you recall. You hear the ringing of the bells below, and if you look down, you can see Grigor like on a thing of coal waving up at you. There's a makeshift bed in the corner holding a gas lamp, coal shovel, and a book. And the body on the ground, this person couldn't be older than their teens. It's a young man, young body on there. Anybody want to know how he died?
I am doctor. I check out, do mini autopsy.
All right, Oni, you roll me a D20.
Mini autopsy.
Mini.
That was a 2. That's pretty good.
Nice, right?
Man.
It looks like they were strangled by piano wire.
Whoa.
I didn't do it.
You notice like just a line across their neck.
Secret police. This must be a capitalist spy. Secret police take care of them.
It's always something. Conspiracy ever changes.
Before. Thin wire cut through. You suffocate as you bleed.
I said I didn't do it.
Oh, this body's been dead a long time. It's not real at all.
If Oleg makes it out of this alive, he's gonna get a new job.
No, you're not. You're going to be condemned to like survey after survey for the next 10 years.
That's just fine as
like
long as it's not here with
just like
my brother.
So yes, you go down to the fire room where the.
Wait a minute. Have we seen a piano yet? Where did this piano wire come from?
I want to look at book. on table.
Look at the book.
I do.
All right. It's just a bit of book. It's a little bit of softcore pornography book. a risque book about whatever you're thinking.
I'm assuming mermaids, right? It's mermaids.
Sure.
Why or not? Merman, who knows? We don't judge. Mermaid.
It's a Little Mermaid for adults only, though.
Oleg looks at it. Oleg looks at it and then throws it to Igor. Goes, oh, and then throws it to Igor, and he's like, Igor, I bet you like this.
Yeah, proof, Oleg, proof. Yeah. You trust your brother. He knows what he talk about. I'll keep this proof for later. He kind of looks at it.
So where are you at, Igor? How do we get to you?
Down the ladder. I'm waving at you.
Down the ladder, yeah.
Oh, hello.
Just see him down the ladder. There he is. He's down the ladder. Yes, into
What's
the fire rooms down below.
It's so much easier than like tiptoeing across like teetering boxes like Mario. Just go
there's
down
so
ladder.
many. All those boxes in the hold you've avoided, and yes, you're now in the room, the fire room, where the bell is ringing, and you see this funnel, this ice cave. Who's leading the way?
I guess Grigor, if we're all here.
Grigor, what kind of items are you carrying on your person?
I have 2 bottles of vodka. I have a rifle. I have Fabergé egg and signet ring. I have a meat cleaver. And finally, I have Garrett and the Tsarist officer's insignia.
It is at this point you look down this ice cave. It seems strangely distorted, almost spherical. You see the seabed visible here between this ship and the other ship. The impression is reinforced by strips of metal, wooden planks, icicle debris, everything. It's reaching. It seems they all seem to be like reaching out to this rock that is in between your ship and the other ship. And at this point, as you walk through, you see this rock. It seems to be about a foot in diameter. This rock that's in between these two boats, and you feel your rifle, it's slung over your shoulder. It starts getting pulled towards it. The cleaver, gets pulled out of your holster, your hand, or your pocket. Every piece of metal item on your body, on your person, starts being pulled towards this rock in the middle of it. It's also
mystery solved.
As you look at it, it's your vision even kind of blurs as you're staring at this. Everything is distorted as you look at this rock.
Freaky, can I back away, or am I mesmerized, or am I actually magnetized?
I mean,
is the metal so strong I cannot back away? Is that the question?
No. But if as you're just sitting there staring at it, I'm assuming the butcher knife is just in your belt, and it just flings right off of it.
It flings out. It may even cut a hole in my coat.
There you go. You can make me a strength save as your rifle starts pulling you really intensely.
4, so that's underneath.
So yeah, you're able you grab your rifle, but you feel yourself almost slipping on the coals, heading towards this giant rock. Well, not giant rock, but this big rock that's in between the two.
I think we solved mystery of meteorite. Let's leave that for the fucking soldiers, and let's go back and get the gold. That's my vote anyway. Magnetic meteorite pulls on steel hull of steamship.
But it did not
Makes
cut
this
off the
giant
hammer.
hole.
So, in addition to ice zombies and Krampus, now there's alien rock that caused damage.
Comrade. It seems a little dangerous to approach, unless you want to strip all metal off your body and then go check it out.
Rigor, you cad. You'd like that, wouldn't you? No, I
can keep Krampus.
True. We'll be okay. I trust your judgment.
That still leaves the mystery of the ship spell. As a ship spell, I'd turn to look and see it like tugged toward the magnetite.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an alarm in the fire room, and it just seems to have been whatever is causing it to ding. It's still dinging after a decade frozen in this ice. It's just an alarm bell. It's very strange.
The magnetite is pulling on the clapper.
Agreed.
Well, I can check it out closer, but I'm satisfied that meteorite may be too dangerous or difficult for us to move. It may even shift the. Once we get it into the ship, it may just glom onto the steel hull and just stay there.
Agreed. At least now we know what it is.
Check out ship bell or loot gold before soldiers arrive.
I vote against the looting of the gold.
Against?
We were here on discovery mission, not looting mission. Yeah?
No. I came on this mission because of gold.
Just a little bit of gold.
Yeah,
Great.
Why do you all of a sudden not care about the gold, Oni?
I don't care. I suggest the opposite. I suggest we leave it right on the ships. The gold should belong on the ships.
Why should
gold
it not
belongs to Russians, not
in our
Tsarists?
pockets?
It belongs to the owner of the ship. That is all. That is all I suggest.
Who is the owner of the ship?
Russia.
Yes, who is owner?
The garroted man, or the man with no hands, or the man
who is owner of ship?
They are not going to use this gold.
Oh yeah, it's owner of ship's gold. We'd be thieves. We'd be thieving.
You know who the owner of ship's gold is? Russian people. Who am I? Russian people.
Exactly.
Who are you? Russian people.
We should share.
Exactly.
So
Communism at its best.
Comrade Game Master, you sure there's no insight checks in this RPG?
I mean, I think we're all, you play it out.
Igor, I think Oni may be inhabited by spirit of capitalist pig. cares more for owners than for the workers. Brother Pavel, I do believe in this rare case, I do believe that Oni may be possessed by some sort of
proletariat poltergeist,
humanist greed demon of some sort.
At this point, you're playing it. I love the way you guys are all playing it, but everybody takes 1 will point of damage. Take away 1 from your will. Everybody. But I love. I mean, that's the mechanics of it. But you guys are playing it as if you didn't even know the mechanics of it, and I love it. So keep at it.
And keep losing will.
We agree then that everyone takes
great.
The proper amount of gold, except for Oni, who will keep his share with ship's owners here at the bottom of the ship in the haunted, frozen north.
No. If Oni doesn't come back with gold, he's going to turn on us.
Well, then maybe Oni doesn't come
all in
back.
this together.
Okay then. Maybe
we can't lose crew. That'll send us to Gulag for sure.
It sounds like they have too much gold here. They threw food overboard for gold. So we can all take as much gold as we can carry, and there'll still be lots left with the ship.
Exactly.
There you go.
We don't take all of it, just take enough.
Yes.
And take one extra share so that, again, what's that guy's name?
Klimov.
So that Klimov does not throw us on the bus.
I do not understand this concept of take just enough.
We have no
when
dogs
it is
to pull sled.
when it is for a group.
We don't have dogs to pull sled. Gold heavy.
Right.
Gold
Just enough is how much can we carry.
Exactly.
Without throwing food overboard.
Thank you, comrade. Thank you. And Oni, do you is Uncle owner of shipping company or something? Why are you so passionate about this?
I just say that if it came up later that there was more gold on the ship than what was found, then it would look unfavorably on us.
I glance over at Ludmilla and I say another one losing their mind.
No.
Well, you know, there is enough gold here. The right people can be persuaded that all the gold is accounted for. If you know what I mean, yes.
I did see Oni reading that strange note earlier. He said from his wife, but he never read that note before. And his wife is not sending him mail here.
Comrades, I maybe shot a guy on this expedition. I kind of want to go back by the books, but that's up to you. I think Oni is fine.
Is this where we all fight Oni?
No, yes, wait, brother.
There is no missing gold. The missing gold, scare quotes, we see all this evidence of crazy czarists fighting each other. Some broke into the gold and tried to escape and fell overboard and drowned. It makes perfect sense. Obviously. No missing gold.
So
it's all accounted for.
So, brother, you get any mail from family in Czech?
No, you don't. You're my family, Oleg.
Right.
You just talked to me. You don't send mail.
I get no mail. Ludmilla, you get mail in Czech?
No mail. No
Igor,
mail.
you get mail in Czech?
Oni, I think we need to see this notes.
Yeah, only this sounds like more and more like some sort of load of
for the unity of the
shit.
group. You must share.
It's deeply personal note with my wife. She tells me how she wants me.
Ew.
It could be no more worse than mermaid porn. We read it.
Maybe better than mermaid porn. We read it.
That's the tagline of the episode.
Maybe it's better than mermaid porn.
Maybe it's better than mermaid porn.
It's really graphic, and it she calls me my.
It's going in there.
It's quite embarrassing for me. I really prefer not to show the contents of note to you all. If you understand, it is very, and I'm like feeling for the note in my pockets. Very, very, very personal.
Fuck this, man. Oleg's gonna go up and grab the damn note out of his coat.
There we go.
It's better porn, isn't it? It's better porn. You have Yeti porn, don't you?
Igor, you
All
help me get this from coat. Come
all
on.
right, Oni, Oleg is going to grab you. So, I mean,
We all have rifles. Some of us have pistols.
Why don't you?
I'm grabbing my
make me a
coat.
deck.
Because it's like in my inner coat pocket. I'm like grabbing my coat and wrapping it around me real tight so to try to keep him out.
All right. Why don't you both roll deck saves?
I rolled 14.
Against?
A 4. And my dex is 8.
My dex is a 10. I mean, I fail.
Okay, so yeah, like you, Oleg, at this point, you grab Oni and you just like shove your hand right into his coat, like he tries to like cover it up, but there's no way. And you pull out this note that he's like, oh, hey, he's trying to protect himself, but yeah.
And I walk over. I think this is my chance. And I walk over to Ludmilla and I open the letter and I say, Ludmilla, let's read together. And we both look at the letter.
Okay.
Oleg has no game.
and we read that the owner of the ships is his name, right?
That is correct. That is exactly what you read.
Yes.
Oh, your grandfather was sailor?
I said, well, hold on. So Ludmilla and I look at the note and then I pass it over to you, Grigor.
And Ludmilla is just looking at Oni, shaking her head.
Are you Saurus like your grandfather?
We spelled the name the same way, yes.
Oni. So that is why you want us to not take the gold, because it's your gold, because you are suddenly owner of ship. How in the hell are you owner of ship? Brother, did you read letter? Did you see this?
He's muted.
No, I can't be bothered. You read it to me.
Pavel doesn't read.
Letter.
I never learned to read.
Letter. Pavel. Letters say Oni, captain of these ships, all of a sudden. No.
So wait, not sexy letter from wife?
No.
Not Yeti porn?
No.
Oh.
He lied. Not only did he lied many times. We've just been drunk and trying to survive and solve mysteries.
Does Oni even have sexy wife?
Oni have a bunch of not sexy broken ships.
Wait, listen, if this gold is mine then, and I am more than willing to
look.
You know the expression. If it is mine, it is ours. It is no longer mine. So it is ours. We share in gold.
Right. So now you've come round. The soldiers are on their way. This may be your ship now, but when soldiers arrive, it's not. So you have to be in with
doctor?
us. No, look at your...
Absolutely not.
Look at that big wad of T-shirt in your...
But I felt better. Dr. Placebo, I call him.
All right, so we load the sleds with as much gold as we can carry, and we take one share each and one for Klimov.
He's only in
pay him back for his dogs.
He's only in cahoots with Klimov?
That's why he's on this.
He's only in cahoots with Klimov. Only in cahoots with Klimov.
Brother, I heard you second time.
Answer me.
That's what he was hiding from us, Klimov. That Oni's grandfather signed the log.
Oni is not in cahoots with anyone. Oni is in cahoots with you all.
Why do you speak in third person all of a sudden now? You were talking, you changed, you.
When Oni is backed into a corner, Oni refers to himself.
He's feeling nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I ask again, does Oni need to come back with us?
Yes.
Oni has been on your side. Oni patched you up when you
Oni not even doctor.
When you would doctor have done as good a job as I did?
We're stuck with him. If we lose a man, it's gulag for sure. We are all in this together. Even that traitorous bastard Oni.
At this point, everybody gives me one more will point damage.
Oh boy! When you start getting really low on that,
like as you guys are like the paranoia is. I mean, you guys are playing it perfectly, but it is increasing. You're all like you're feeling the effects of being under this boat, the cold, the tightness, just the ice all around you. this rock. Every now and then you see from the corner of your eye this, is it shadows moving over the rock? Something, it's just very distorted. It's very strange. It's like my hands right now, and the background is it? Can you see it? Can you not see it? Is it in focus? Is it not? It's just very bizarre. But yeah, you guys all.
Ludmilla, brother. We, Grigor. We can. You say if one goes down, it's gulag. But if all of us have same story to tell of what happened to the one, then it is not gulag. It is unfortunate side effect of mission.
I think it's gulag. I think we get gold, we get out, and then we settle.
Yes.
Then let us go. But we. I mean,
it's a long way back to camp. If somebody needs to disappear, it's better to do it on the tundra than trussed up in the cargo hold.
Let us agree. Let us agree that we are all on same team until we find out. Other than Oni, until we find out from Klimov if him and Oni are in how they say the cahoots.
I am on your team.
Wait. We're gonna kill Klimov too?
No. I said no.
Okay, if they are in cahoots, we can't kill.
No, question.
And we don't need to kill him if it's not in cahoots.
Will dead dogs send us to Gulag?
Maybe we got to pay docked.
Because maybe whatever killed dogs killed Oni. He stayed back with the sleds while we investigated.
See, brother, this is the time when I'm proud to be related to you.
Because you're the one with the Krampus claws at the end of your fans.
This guy's dead? Oni?
He's not dead yet.
No.
If he's in cahoots with Klimov, we have to kill Klimov too. If he's not, we don't have to kill anybody.
We must do as Grigor is making very valid suggestions. We must continue.
Are you saying I'm crazy too?
And stop just standing around in the center of this scary weird ship, and we need to do what we need to do and leave.
So where's the gold? Let's go.
Yes.
That's a good question. Where is the gold?
My best guess is
Oni, where's the gold? Is your gold? You know where it is. Lead us there.
It is all over the ship. It is we've seen gold before. It's in food store. That's why they threw food out.
It's in the sludge. They dumped the food. They picked up the gold. Let's crack open some crates and see what's there.
Okay. Is that how we're doing this?
Let's do it.
I guess I'm going in the sludge.
Okay. I'm keeping my eye on Oni while this is going down.
I observe Grigor's performance in the sludge before I follow him.
Grigor, you take 1 point of dexterity damage.
Is it cold? Because
it is
radium egg.
It is numbingly cold. It is very, very cold. Do you hold radium egg to your legs? Do you put it in your boots, slip it in your pockets, drop it down your drawers?
I will put it next to my most prized possession in my pocket.
Very good.
Yeah, Skogar style.
Well, I will say you do not have to take that dexterity damage then.
Okay.
Because you're warmed up by this egg. Now roll me a d6.
6.
All right. Man, you find like boxes full of artworks. Roll me another d6.
5.
A 5. Man, you find in these crates of art, you find rolled up paintings. They look legit. They look beautiful. They're amazing pieces of art. You're not even an art collector, but you think these are legit and these are real. I mean, these are not like replicas. These are not posters. You could, as you unroll them, you feel you feel like the paint, like the thickness of the paint on them. These were freshly, real paintings at one point.
We can't move this stuff. This can't fence it. I take a long look at mermaid painting, and then I put it back.
But yeah, Grigor, he's unboxing and then he's unrolling. He's taking all this time. Oleg, you were watching him. He seems to be okay.
Is there anything else worth like to look at in this area, or is it just a bunch of sludge?
I mean, there's boxes and there's sludge. It's a big hold. I mean, there's so many boxes.
I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go to a
mermaid paintings.
I'm gonna go to. I say, oh, it looks promising, and I go to a different section of the sludge and boxes.
All right, you take 1 point of dexterity damage because you do not have a warm egg on you.
That is correct, and my spam is ice cold.
You feel like you step in and it's it's like stepping into snow without shoes on. No barefooted. It's cold.
I say this is colder than the crawl space.
All right, roll me a d6, please.
A 2.
All right, you find yourself in a food compartment. Roll me another d6.
A 5.
However, you do not find food in this food compartment. There's like jars on top, but you push those aside. Ooh, and underneath those jars, there's some lots and lots of shiny gold ingots, heavy duty. Like this crate. I mean, this is a huge crate. You couldn't lift this crate, but it seems like it's just filled with gold.
I just yell, holy shit, look at all this gold, brother. The bars are heavy. You come help me. We get gold bars. Come, Ludmila, come help.
But what about this guy? I'm guarding this guy.
Igor, Ludmila, come help me get the gold bars. We get bars.
Keep your voice down. You get the witches there. The witches are attracted by gold.
Oh, don't tell me what to do. I'm coming to help you because obviously you need help.
Ghost of Midas.
Oleg just shrugs and is like, I'll take it. He's getting treated better than how his brother normally treats him. So he's actually kind of excited about it. So he's like, he starts grabbing bars and handing them over to trying to start like a chain of putting bars over by close to where Pavel is. And as I'm handing them off, I say to Oni, I say, do not worry, Oni. When all is said and done, you won't miss these. It will be fine.
It's like death staring. My gold's being stolen.
Pavel and Oni, please take a willpower of damage as you're standing, because you were watching each other. Otherwise, I assume there's like a. It sounds like there's like a what do they call it when you got like a chain going on where you're passing these gold bars.
Yeah, like a sand bucket line.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We can do that. That makes more sense.
Well,
I'm already in the sludge. I'll be in there.
Right? I'm not jumping in there. You go in there. I'll take the last of them.
Well, Igor, if you're not jumping in there, you take a willpower point as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the cold is bracing. It'll bring some sense to you.
Is willpower killed by a 1 or 0?
If you have 1, you're good. But if you go below that, you're going to become catatonic.
Oh yeah, no worries then. No worries at all. No cause for concern whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to judge. I'm trying to use my best judgment in how many gold I should take out of the crate. So I'm looking. So I say Ludmila, you must use your judgment to tell me when to stop. I keep going until you say stop.
Okay. Keep going.
Yeah, I just keep handing gold bars.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oni wants to take one of the gold bars over towards where the meteorite was. He's going to try to like crystal skull this thing and see if it sucks in gold too.
Pavel, what? I thought you were watching Oni. He's walking away from you doing stuff with the gold.
I take one.
Oh, like you're at the top of the crate. You're not seeing what's going on here.
Oh, I'm not. Okay, cool.
I'm sorry to say that you are back in the hold.
I'm just doing.
I'll follow Oni and keep an eye on him, but I'm interested in this too.
Curious. This is not normal. This is the thing back there. I want to see if it is if the gold wrecked them or not.
You feel like a slight tug. It's not as. I mean, what other metal items are on your person?
Oh, I mean, I have the bone saw.
Okay. Like how is the bone
established?
How is the bone saw? Like on your person?
It is string attached to my hip, but it has a cover on it so that it's not. Just
it's still very strong. I'm going to go ahead and have you make a strength roll as it pulls you.
All right. Sounds great.
Sounds great.
1. Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, you like grab it down and you're like, no, Bonesaw, you stay with me.
Well, it's my bone saw. It is,
and you do, like you say, you feel like a gold bar, kind of like you feel like a slight pull. It's not as magnetic as some of the other metals, but there is some slight magnetism on there.
Does Igor notice this, that all of a sudden, like, his bone saw, like, animated?
I think if you're looking down this, like you're looking down this ice tunnel, I'd say if you're looking down at him.
No, I was helping with the gold, so I guess he'd probably be preoccupied. For some reason, I thought he was right behind me.
Well, I mean, he was just like it's kind of close quarters. You can't help but not notice him. He's in this ice tunnel, and like your vision is kind of blurry. Just looking at it kind of gives you a headache,
So he keeps an eye on Oni. He's like, oh, maybe this is the beast we saw all along. He says to himself.
All right, Oni. So yeah, you feel the bar being pulled slightly. Your belt buckle, that your bone saw. It's like those are the things that are really pulling you, but you're holding yourself back from being pulled towards this rock. But you feel like you could touch this rock. If you would let this bar go, eventually it would slowly move towards there and it would touch that. It would get to the rock.
I'm not giving up my gold like that to some rock. I am backing off.
You say that out loud?
Yes.
Our gold, Oni. Our gold.
We call this one my bar just because we call this one Oni's bar. I'm holding on to it. It is in my possession at this moment,
Ludmilla, can I be done soon? My arms are very tired.
Oh, I suppose so. I guess this is enough.
Okay, as long as you are happy. I'm like, my arms are all floppy as I finish and start walking back towards, like, out of the sludge.
Ludmilla just shakes her head and says under her breath, "Weak, noodly arms."
I say, I hear that. It's not my fault. I'm student, not strong guide.
Mm. We will work out. We'll make those muscles bigger.
Okay, maybe tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So we have the gold.
Apologies. You have a number of these ingots. You've been working for enough to make Oleg tired. So maybe 5 minutes.
Oleg.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
There's still gold in that cabinet.
Yeah, like 4. I mean, like you have not made a dent in this. Like it is a giant crate. I mean, it is huge,
Nice.
and you're like there's so much more gold in there. There's so much more gold. And there's these paintings, and you look around, and you're like, there's so much. What else are these aristocrats? What else were they bringing on this boat? There's all these boxes and crates.
Do we? I do not think we have the sufficient towing power to find rope and pull this crate of gold out.
You need bear strength.
Krampus strength.
Yeti strength.
Do I hear you calling me, Oleg?
So there's more gold in crate. I get some gold. It's more gold than I've ever and probably any of us have ever seen. But is it enough?
It is plenty. You can leave the rest.
I am not. I was not asking you, Oni. I know your opinion automatically default to leave gold behind.
Let me throw another wrench into this. Is it divisible by 7?
I mean,
or 6, or
right?
6.
I mean, I think
it's easier. It's easier to divide by 6 and 7. If you're
It's
just
much easier to by 5.
Did I not?
Well, who else are we cutting out?
Weemoff.
Did I not hear Oni say he already have Oni bar? He have his own. He's fine.
True.
Plus, if this ship he gets anything left over until soldiers come and take it all away anyway.
Nothing left over after soldiers.
So only
Right.
your only best bet is to be on our side, as I think.
Have I not been on your side this entire time? Other than the little
No.
bit. Ignore the little bit about the note. It is. I've been on your side. I have patched you up. I have fought the monster. We are in this together.
Yeah,
I will.
You.
I will give you the credit that you have fought alongside of us, but when you are trying to save own life, you do whatever you need, even if it means to partner up with people you would not normally consider to be partners.
We are partners then, yes?
If we were partners, then you would be helping us steal more of this gold.
I do
not steal.
Who
I
exactly?
don't know how to finish that sentence.
Distribute.
You're liberating this gold.
Yes, liberating.
Transport the gold out of ship. We are doing a service by transporting this gold out of the ship.
I help carry. Any that I get from this is for sure not in the hands of soldiers. So yes, it is.
Yes.
It is my benefit.
Exactly.
Da.
Okay, so it brings us back to question 1 from a few moments ago. How do we get more of the gold? I have a voice in my head tell me there's all this gold and all of these paintings. We should be taking more of these things for our benefit of our
Guide.
us.
It's a murder hobo in him.
Let me ask one of the guides. No, Igor, you look like this question might strain you. Mila.
Yes. Da.
Can the 6 of us pull this on a sled?
Yes, as long as it's not too heavy.
That's my question, though. Is it too heavy?
Grigor, she is not physicist or engineer.
There you go.
Ask your brother, Pavel, your guide. Is this too heavy for us to? Thanks for belittling Ludmilla. Is this
We all eat a
too
piece
heavy
of
for us to drag back?
We all eat a
Grigor.
piece of Krampus heart. We all strong enough to pull.
Grigor.
Then let's get more.
If Ludmila does not know,
no.
then Pavel will surely make up answer that
I say
makes
we
no
just
sense at all.
try. What is the harm in trying? If it's too heavy, we throw off some gold and then we try again.
Do we have rope?
We put gold back in ship first. We want to make
If it's
Sure,
too
sure,
heavy,
sure.
we throw off the food.
I got
Yeah.
an idea. Grigor, use your melty thing to melt ice. We take boat and sail out.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay, no.
I don't
Okay,
think
no.
this boat's
Why?
going anywhere.
Why are we laughing?
It did not melt that little crawl space.
Wait a minute. So
From the
Grigor,
It's
outside.
like Johnny Pocket Warmer.
this
From
is
the outside. What's on the inside, however.
so Grigor, you say if we need to get more gold, we throw away food. You say that, right?
It's happened before.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We are repeating the mistakes that the people on the ship
Sure.
had made because they do the same thing and they die.
You're right. But which one of us suppose it's too heavy? Which one of us will sacrifice and carry gold back into ship to hide
So-
it?
So how do we keep food and gold? And then we be different from previous people on ship.
Well,
It is-
some ideas come to mind, but they've also been tried on the ship, such as murdering and executing other members and eating. And now that our
We
whole
can't do that to Oni. We need
circles
Oni. We need
back.
a gold transport person.
Yes, we need Oni. I agree.
Now that you remind me that our whole conversation has been a microcosm of what's happened on the ship already, I think maybe it's time to leave.
Yes, I agree.
I think
Call
also
that
at this
call
point,
that a
everybody.
recap.
I think at this point, everybody takes 1 will point of
Oh yeah.
of damage.
I was
no.
waiting for this. I was like,
Oh,
please
no.
let this happen. What happens when you hit 0?
Well, you know what?
Shit,
I would
he's the one
love.
with the itchy trigger finger too.
Oh yeah.
Right?
With a recent dislike of or distrust of Oni, even though I'm sorry, Jonathan, but like it's been all over
no.
the place. Like
At this point, like the way we're leading towards was like you guys grabbing the gold, and that's basically the end of the story. You take the gold, and I don't know. I make a wrap up of how you guys get the gold out of this area. You live off into Siberia, and that's
Right.
it. That's the end of it. Or, and this is because I was talking to Bill earlier, and he's like, could you push Ice Fleet 1 more week? And I said, I think I could maybe push Ice Fleet 1 more week. But 10 minutes ago, I was like, I don't know how I could push it 1 more week if we're getting out of here. But since Igor has lost his will, let's call it his sanity. Igor grabs Oni, and he takes Oni, and he just grabs him, and he pulls them into the tunnel towards the meteorite, and he just shoves Oni into the meteorite and says, something along the lines of,
you'll not take my friends, you wizard. I saw you.
Why did you
with
try to
the-
fight this
the
with a
saw.
stick?
You made it fly. You saw this. I saw the saw. I saw the saw.
as I said, Oni, like this is a surprise round. And
Okay.
I have to bring it up to I have to somehow get like another week's worth of of story out of this.
Set it up then. Set it up.
So yes, so here's what happens. Like as soon as Oni's body touches that thing, the echo of the ship's bell suddenly tears into your ears at full force. Everybody's. All of you are thrown forward, tumbling uncontrollably against the planks of the brig's hold, fully enclosed, intact, and you're finding yourself rocking on the rough sea. The bell sound plays backwards. Then all at once, you all slam and hit the deck. A mighty crack splits the air, and the alarm bell starts ringing again. Dizzy, you look around and see the cursed rock sticking to the hold's wall, pinned by some invisible force against the depressed and broken planks. You hear a drumbeat of steps, loud shouting. Still disoriented, strong hands strip you of your weapons and shove you towards the staircase of this now fully intact ship that is rocking on the sea. And you are so disoriented and confused, and you have no idea what's going on. And you won't know what's going on until we meet again next week on next Wednesday.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
John.
Nice.
Crazy.
I think
Very
it's
nice.
hilarious that Igor was about to throw Oni into the rock because he had gone crazy, and when Oni was looking at the rock earlier, I almost pushed him in. See what happened.
I think that we've had a lot of times, and this one I think topped them all. I've really enjoyed this one.
This is
That's
good.
good. That's good. Like,
Definitely.
you were like, let's leave that rock alone. I was like, well, shit, that like leads into the next part of the story.
Yeah.
I was like, Bill needs me to do another week. I'm like, I can't cancel. What are we going to do next week? When I'm like, I don't know how to fill 2 hours of story.
That was
I was
a
really
blast.
hoping that
Perfect.
Igor would go insane because I was like, whatever's going to happen, it'll happen when Igor goes insane.
I was literally like, I was looking at the clock and I was like, every 10 minutes I got to do this. Because it's supposed to be like every turn you lose this hit point, this will point. So I'm like looking at the clock while you guys are all chatting away. I'm like, okay, 10 minutes is passing. Perfect.
Oh, that's awesome.
So wait, one thing really quick that I would say. So when you mentioned how we all got thrown against like the inner wall of the ship, right?
Yeah.
As things were getting shuffled around. So I would envision that Oleg would fall into Ludmilla and be like, and then go, Ludmilla, are you okay? I landed right on top of you, and then Ludmilla would, and then
Just try to shove him off.
But Oleg's only like 90 pounds, so it would it wouldn't even
goes
feel.
flying.
It wouldn't even feel like anything.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, oh God, no! All right, you guys. We'll wrap this up next week and see where what kind of new adventures this crew is going to be on. And
awesome.
Good.
Igor,
Public service announcement: don't mix opium and vodka, or you'll go insane like Igor.
Yeah.
And lose all your will.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't explain Pavel, but
No.
Nice.
all right, you guys. That was a lot of fun. You guys really went with it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. It was a good
like I
time.
said, we'll wrap this up next week hopefully, and we'll be all done. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right.
Have a good week.
Right.
Yeah.
Things have most definitely gotten more interesting. The crew has discovered that Oni has been lying to them all, and he owns the ships. Oleg is getting treated better by Ludmilla than his own brother, and she is mean to him as well. The ship has begun moving, and Igor has gone off the deep end and is no longer sane. Some may say too much opium, or vodka, or both. Stay tuned for one more episode of Ice Fleet. Maybe it's better than mermaid porn. If you'd like to suggest other RPGs for the Wednesday night crew to play when they are not playing Eberron Adventures, go to our Patreon and make suggestions. Come visit us and donate at patreon.com/Eberron Adventures. As always, thanks for listening.